Hello and welcome to this week's Faith to Conquer Fear Inspirational Moments with me, Christy Demetrakis. I am the author of Faith to Conquer Fear, Inspiration to Achieve Your Dreams, and Faith to Conquer Fear, The Journey. If you haven't read those books yet, I invite you to go on to Amazon and get those books either via ebook or hard copy. So today is not Sunday. I know I usually do these on Sunday, but I felt compelled to do it today. I've missed a couple of weeks, but you know what? Life happens. Sometimes things don't go as planned. You're not able to stick to the schedule that you would love to stick to, but it's all right. We just keep it moving. We adjust and we keep it moving. So today I want to talk to you about the topic of resiliency. Resiliency. And I'm going to talk about it in the framework of my new fur baby, Sam. For those of you who follow me on my personal page, you know that back in July, actually 4th of July weekend, we purchased Sam while we were in Alabama visiting my mother-in-law. So in order to tell you the story, I have to give you the background of the story. So my husband and I have another dog, Sophie, and Sophie is 12. And I started to kind of get this bug for another dog, another dog. We've never had two dogs before, but I was just kind of getting that, I really want another dog. So our Friday night dates turned into dinner and a visit to Petland. And we would literally go into the Petland store every Friday and we would play with about 3 dogs and we'd snuggle them and we'd put them back. Weren't making any decisions on any dogs, but going just enough to kind of might need to get another dog soon. But I had fallen in love, and in the weekly visits to this Petland store, I had kind of fallen in love with this Cavachon breed. And the good thing is, here in the Florence, Kentucky area, every Cavachon pretty much is only in the store for about a day. So if you don't make a decision right then, you're just not going to get one. And so I had held a couple and I went, wow, this is a really cute dog. I've done some research, really like the breed. And I had actually started to look at breeders in the Ohio area that I could purchase one from. And I had called this one particular lady and she never called me back. And I said, okay, this must be a sign from God that we do not need another dog right now. So we kind of went dormant, didn't look at all. And then when we went to Alabama to visit my mother-in-law, it was one of those days where we just kind of wanted to get out of the house, and I Googled to see if there happened to be a Petland store nearby, just in case, just something to do. And of course there was. And I said, honey, we should go by and visit this Petland store. And he said, there's one here? I said, yeah. He said, all right, well, let's go. And so we did. And we walked in the door and we turned to the right towards the cages, and no sooner than we both looked to the right, there was a Cavachon. And I went, oh my goodness. And James said, there he is. I said, I know. So we went over, they, took him out, they let us play with him and everything. We fell in love with him and we put him back. Because we're in Alabama. We're not ready to buy a dog. We're in Alabama. So we left the store. And we drove around for about an hour, and my husband has this look, I have this look. And I said, okay, look. We are not in a position to basically have a baby. Because if you've never had a puppy before, they are like having a new baby. And I said, honey, you're a new assistant principal. You're about to open a brand new school. I'm going to be teaching classes at night, at least for the next few months. This is a horrible time for us to get a new dog. And he said, mm-hmm. And I said, no, really, this is a terrible time. We don't have time to have a new puppy. And he said, okay. And as I'm talking, the tears are starting to stream down my face. And I don't know why I'm crying exactly, but I am crying as I'm trying to talk us out of this dog. My husband was not helping. He didn't help a bit at all. And I said, honey, if we get this dog, if hypothetically we were to get this dog, you understand you have to do most of the work because I'm not going to be home. He's like, I'm fine with that. I really like the dog. I said, well, I like the dog, but the timing is terrible. And he just looks at me. And then tears keep rolling. And so finally I said, okay, let's go back to the store. If he's still there, we'll get him. If he's not, that is God's second confirmation that we do not need to get a dog right now. He said, all right. So we pulled into the parking lot. I said, okay, you go in. I'm not going. I said, when you get inside, if he's there, text me. Now, the store is like 50 steps. But I'm like, no, I can't stand the heartbreak. Just text me. So he gets in there and I'm holding my phone like it's, a precious jewel. And he says, he's here. And so I get out of the car, I walk in the store. And by the time I get in the store, which is not even 15 seconds, my husband is already in the back of the store talking to the manager about the fact that we're about to buy this dog. All of a sudden, there seems to be 1,000 people in this store all looking at Sam. And I went, no. So I walk up commanding as I am. And I told the little assistant that was there, I said, that dog is ours. We're buying him. Please make all these other people go away. Actually, why don't you just take him out of the crate because he's no longer available. And she said, oh, absolutely. Of course, because we're about to spend. We're about to drop some change here. And so we got Sam. And Sam had his first 8-hour car ride coming from Alabama back to Kentucky. Well, everybody who knows me knows we have Sophie. Sophie is our 12-year-old, and everybody to a person said, well, what's Sophie going to think? How will Sophie feel about a new dog? Are you sure you want to get a new dog? What if she doesn't like it? What if they don't get along? And all they were doing, I know they were asking honest questions, but they were stressing me out because that was my biggest fear. Sophie does not know she's a dog. Let's just be clear. She has been an only child outside of her 2 live human siblings for her entire life. So we were about to disrupt everything she knew. She was no longer going to have mommy all to herself. And so we bring him home, and they meet. And Sam is thinking, yes, instant playmate. I love it. So he's trying to chew on Sophie's ears. He's jumping on her. He's trying to hump her. He's doing all these things that a boy puppy does. And Sophie was not having it. She was not having it. She was trying to hide in her favorite places. She would growl at him. She would try to, just whatever she could do without hurting him to get him away from her. And it just was not working. Sam just kept coming back. He kept coming back. He kept coming back. He kept coming back. So this is why I'm talking about resiliency. Let me define resiliency for you. Resiliency is the ability to withstand or recover quickly from difficult conditions. So here's the thing. Sam didn't even realize he was in a difficult situation. All he knew was, yay, there's somebody that looks like me and I have a playmate. This is cool. Sophie, on the other hand, was not feeling it. And she wasn't feeling it for a minute. But here's what I will tell you. We've now had Sam 3.5 months, so he's now 6.5 months old. And he has worn Sophie down. They are actually really good buddies now. They are really good buddies. Sam lives to get out of his crate so that he can go find Sophie. And Sophie looks forward to playing with Sam. They chase each other around. They do all these doggy things. And it is a joy to watch. And it's happening this way because Sam didn't give up. He didn't give up despite how Sophie was responding to him, which was not always great. She's not an aggressive dog, but she was giving him the side eye and the cold shoulder. He just kept coming back. So as we think about resiliency, let's translate this back to the human form now. Think about, do you have a difficult situation or a time in your life where you've had to be resilient, or you think, you know what, I probably could use a little bit more resiliency in this area? And again, that's the ability to quickly recover from a difficult situation. It all happens to it. It happens to all of us at some point where somebody thinks we are in a place where we shouldn't be, or maybe there's a place we're not sure we belong, but we know that we have to be there. We have a job to do, or there's something we need to accomplish. So we have to be resilient. We have to be in the mindset of, you know what, I'm just going to keep going back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back. I'm going to try it again. I'm going to go back until I get it. There's a song, and I can't think of the woman's name. I've been trying to remember it, but there's an older song where she sings, and I am telling you, you're going to love me, and you're going to love me. That's been Sam's mentality since day one. And that, I believe, has to be our mentality when it comes to some situations where we have to go back. We cannot take no for an answer. We cannot allow, somebody's side eye, somebody that doesn't want us to be there to keep us from being where we should be. We have to show some resiliency. So that's my message to you tonight is keep going back. Keep going back. Don't give up. Even when it looks hard, Even when it looks like, you're not fully being embraced or entertained, go back again. Go back again. Try it again. That's all I have for you this week. I hope you'll join me next week. I hope you'll share this video, and I hope you'll join me next week for, or whenever I choose to do this again. May not be next week. It may be next week. It may be on a Saturday, maybe on a Friday. Who knows? We're just going to flow. But anyway, join me again for more inspirational moments to help you build your confidence, increase your faith, and conquer your fears. I'll talk to you next time.